Dear Alpha friends, my dear family, you know, people like to think they're so clever, like they've got you all figured out, like they've won the game before it even started. But here's the thing, they only play the game. They understand. And you've been playing on a whole different level. They can't even comprehend. That's why they fear you. That's why they drag you into their petty little dramas. Because that's all they know how to do. Drag others down into the mud with them. They think that by pulling you into their world of nonsense, they can make you as small and insignificant as they are. But they don't realize you're not like them. You never were. They don't understand the power of silence, the strength in holding your ground, when everyone else around you is screaming for attention, begging for validation that only they can give themselves. But that's not your game, is it? You're above all of that. The noise, the chaos, the drama, none of it matters to you because you've learned the one truth that separates you from the rest. You've mastered the art of not responding, and that is your greatest weapon. While they scramble and shout and fight for dominance, you remain calm, collected, a force of nature untouched by their attempts to destabilize you. It's a fact that most people are governed by their emotions. They react to everything that comes their way, like animals, responding to every little stimulus. But you're not like them. You've trained yourself to rise above, that you're the eye of the storm, while everyone else is swept up in the chaos of their own making. You've become immune to the little tricks and traps they set for you, because you don't fall for it. You don't need to feed into their drama. You don't need to prove anything to them, or anyone else for that matter, because you're already whole. You're already in control. Think about it for a moment. What do they gain from dragging you into their mess? They want your energy. They want your attention. They want to see you as angry and upset as they are, because that's the only thing that makes them feel alive. That's the only way they can validate their own existence. They can never understand what it means to be at peace with oneself, to find power in stillness, to see the bigger picture, while they get lost in the noise of their own insecurities. They don't know what it means to be truly free from the need for approval or recognition. And that's where you come in, my friends. You don't give them what they want. You don't engage in their games. You don't even let them think for a second that you're affected by their words, their actions, or their presence. By not responding, you take away their power. You strip them of the only tool they have left to try and control you. Because make no mistake, that's what they want. They want to control you with their drama, with their manipulation. They want to twist your thoughts and make you feel small, but you don't let them. You stand tall and silent, and you watch as they burn out from their own fire. There's a strength in silence, a quiet power that no one can understand until they experience it themselves. It's the kind of power that comes from knowing. You don't need to react. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to justify your actions to anyone. Not when you know the truth. Not when you know who you are. People like to believe that confrontation is the only way to win a battle, but they're wrong. The true warriors understand that sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. They know that when you don't respond, you take the power away from the enemy. You make them question themselves. You leave them in a state of confusion because they don't know how to fight someone who refuses to be dragged into their madness. The truth is that most people can't handle the calmness of someone who knows their worth, someone who doesn't react to every little provocation. They expect you to be just like them. They expect you to rise to their level of petty nonsense, but you don't. You never do, because you're better than that. You understand that drama is just a distraction. It's a smokescreen designed to keep you away from your true path, to take your focus off of what really matters to you. And if you give in to it, if you respond to it, you lose. you lose your peace, you lose your time, and you lose your power. And that's what they want. They want to see you lose. But you won't let that happen because you're too smart, you're too focused, you're too strong. You've seen it all before. You know how these games play out. You've watched people self-destruct as they get caught in their own traps, trying to drag others down with them. They don't realize that the harder they try to pull you into their web, the more they expose their own weakness, their own insecurity. You don't need to get down in the dirt with them to see who's really in control. You just need to stay above it all to remain unbothered by their childish antics and watch them fall apart while you rise. And don't think for a second that by not responding, you're being weak or passive. Quite the opposite, in fact, you're being stronger than anyone who feels the need to engage in their nonsense. It takes incredible strength to resist the urge to react to the people who try to pull you into their world of chaos. It takes a certain kind of confidence to know that you don't need to stoop to their level, that you don't need to defend yourself when you've done nothing wrong. The most powerful people in this world don't respond to every insult or criticism that comes their way. They don't waste their energy on the opinions of others because they know that the only opinion that matters is their own, and that's what makes them dangerous. You see, when you don't respond, when you don't give in to the drama, you're sending a message. You're telling them that you're not afraid of them, that you don't need their validation, that they don't matter to you. And that's when the real magic happens. Because when you stop reacting to people's petty games, they start to doubt themselves. They start to question why you're not giving them the time of day, why you're not fighting back, why you're not trying to win their approval. And the truth is, they don't have an answer for that. They don't know how to handle someone who refuses to play their game. When you don't respond, you disarm them, you leave them with nothing to fight against. And that's when they start to lose their power. They start to see that they're not controlling you, they're not affecting you. And when they realize that they can't control you with their drama, they'll either give up or start turning on each other. Because that's the nature of people like this. They can only thrive when they can pull others down to their level. But when you refuse to play along, they have nothing left to hold on to. And that's when their drama starts to fall apart. And let's be clear here, silence isn't about being passive or weak. It's about knowing when to engage and when to walk away. It's about having the wisdom to know that some battles aren't worth fighting and that some people aren't worth your time. It's about having the self-respect to know that you don't have to respond to every insult or every provocation. You've got better things to do. You've got bigger goals to focus on. And by not responding, you send a message that you're too important to waste your time on their trivial nonsense. And that's what they can't stand. They want to see you sweat. They want to see you struggle. They want to see you get emotional and lose control. But when you don't give them that, they're left with nothing to grab onto. They're left with no way to affect you, no way to manipulate you, and that's when they start to break down. They can't handle the fact that you're unaffected by their attempts to drag you into their drama. And when they realize that they're powerless to get a reaction from you, that's when they'll either give up or implode on themselves. So never forget the true power that lies in your silence. It's a weapon that they can't fight against. It's a shield that protects you from their petty games. You don't need to respond to their nonsense. You don't need to stoop to their level. You don't need to fight for their attention. All you need to do is remain calm, remain focused, and stay true to yourself. The moment you stop responding, you stop playing their game. And when you stop playing their game, you start winning. Remember this, the best way to handle their drama is by not responding at all. You don't need to get caught up in their mess. You don't need to waste your time on their petty little games. All you need to do is keep moving forward. Keep climbing higher while they get lost in their own nonsense. They'll try to drag you down. They'll try to pull you into their world of chaos, but you won't let them. because you're above all of that. You're not like them. You've learned the secret. You've learned the true power of silence, and that's why they fear you. They know that when you stay silent, when you refuse to engage in their drama, they are powerless. They can't touch you. They can't control you. And that terrifies them because deep down, they know that your silence speaks louder than any words ever could. It's not a silence born out of fear or insecurity. It's a silence that comes from strength, from knowing your worth, from understanding that you don't need to lower yourself to their level. People fear what they cannot control. They fear what they cannot understand. And you, my friends, are beyond their comprehension. You're not like them, and that's why they'll never be able to break you. They can try to provoke you. They can try to draw you into their web of deceit, of gossip, of negativity. But no matter how hard they try, they'll never succeed. Because you've mastered the one thing that separates you from them. You've mastered the power of detachment. Detachment is not indifference. It's not about ignoring the world around you. It's about understanding that you are not bound by the emotional triggers that govern most people's actions. You don't react to the chaos because you don't need to. You've learned that emotional responses are the currency of the weak, and you are wealthy beyond measure in emotional resilience. Your ability to detach yourself from the drama is what allows you to remain in control, to stay focused on what really matters, and to rise above the petty squabbles that consume the lives of so many. They want to see you get angry. They want to see you lose your composure. They want to see you flinch, to see you bend under the pressure of their accusations and provocations. But when you remain calm, when you refuse to respond, you send a message they can't ignore. You show them that they have no power over you. You show them that you will not be dragged down to their level, no matter how hard they try. And that's what drives them mad. It's not your success. It's not your strength. It's your ability to remain unshaken, unfazed, and unmoved by their attempts to control you. You see, people who engage in drama are looking for something. They are looking for attention, for validation, for a sense of control over their lives. They are trapped in their own insecurities, in their own need for external approval. They believe that if they can provoke a response, if they can get you to react, they will somehow regain a sense of power, a sense of importance. But when you don't respond, you deny them that power. You take away their ability to manipulate you, to control your emotions, and that leaves them powerless. And the scariest thing to a person who thrives on drama is being ignored, being unseen, being irrelevant. Most people in this world live their lives seeking external validation. They need the approval of others to feel good about themselves. They need to be right. They need to be seen. They need to be heard. And they believe that their worth is tied to what others think of them. But you, my dear friends, have learned a different truth. You've learned that your worth is not determined by anyone else's opinion. It's not determined by how much attention you get or how much noise you make. Your worth is intrinsic. It comes from within. It comes from the peace you've cultivated inside yourself, the strength you've built through years of self-mastery. You don't need the approval of others to know that you are powerful. You don't need to engage in their drama to prove that you are strong. Your silence is your power, and they can't touch that. They might try to bring you into their games. They might try to force you to pick a side, to fight for something that doesn't matter. But you know better. You know that their drama is a distraction, a way to keep you from focusing on what really matters. You've got bigger goals, higher dreams, and you're not about to waste your time on the trivial matters that consume their lives. You've learned that your time and energy are too precious to be spent on things that don't contribute to your growth, to your success, or to your peace. And that's why they fear you. They know that you are too focused on your own path to be distracted by their nonsense. In a world full of noise and distraction, it's easy to get lost in the chaos. It's easy to fall into the trap of reacting to every little thing, of getting caught up in every argument, every drama, every petty conflict that comes your way. But you've risen above that. You've learned that the only thing that truly matters is your own journey. The only thing that can stop you is you. And that's why the people who thrive on drama can't stand you. Because you've taken the power out of their hands. You've chosen to stay silent, to stay focused, and to stay true to yourself. And that makes you unstoppable. They will try to pull you into their webs. They will try to make you part of their games. But you don't need to play. You don't need to engage. You don't need to react. Because when you don't respond, you not only take away their power, you take back your own. You reclaim control of your energy, your time, and your life. You no longer allow their drama to define your mood, to dictate your actions, or to steal your peace. You are the master of your own emotions, the ruler of your own thoughts. And that is a power that no one can take away from you. You see, the people who live in drama are not strong. They are weak. They are weak because they let their emotions control them. They let their insecurities dictate their behavior. They let the opinions of others define who they are. But you, my friends, you have broken free from that cycle. You've learned that the only thing you can control in this life is yourself. And that is the ultimate power. When you choose not to respond, you take back your power. You take back your energy. You take back your peace. And you force them to confront their own weakness. They may try to get under your skin. They may try to provoke you. But you know that their drama is not your problem. Their insecurities are not your burden. And when you don't engage, when you refuse to play their game, you show them that you are above it all. You show them that they have no power over you. And in doing so, you make them fear you. Because they can't control you. They can't break you. And that is the most terrifying thing of all. It's time to embrace the silence. It's time to stop reacting to the petty drama that surrounds you. It's time to rise above it all and focus on what truly matters. Because when you stop responding to their nonsense, when you stop giving them your energy, you reclaim your power. You become the master of your own destiny. And that's why they fear you. They fear your strength. They fear your peace. They fear the fact that you don't need their drama to define you. You're already powerful, already complete, already whole. So, the next time they try to drag you into their world of chaos, remember this. You don't need to respond. You don't need to fight back. You don't need to engage. Because when you choose not to respond, you choose to take back your power. You choose to stay focused on what matters. And you choose to rise above the noise, the drama, and the chaos. And that, my friends, is what makes you truly unstoppable. And that, my friends, is why they fear you. It's not because of any superficial success, not because of your outward achievements or the possessions that the world thinks make you important. It's because of something far deeper, something that can't be bought or manipulated, something that makes them tremble in the silence of their own inadequacy. It's the fear of someone who knows their own power, someone who is so secure within themselves that no outside force can shake them. They fear you because you've realized a truth that so many will never understand. The greatest weapon you can wield is your indifference to the distractions of others, to their desperate attempts to pull you down into their miserable little dramas. The truth is, they don't fear your success. They don't fear your intelligence, your charisma, or your beauty. What they fear is your ability to stand firm without needing validation from anyone. They fear the peace you have within yourself, the peace that comes from knowing that you are enough, without the applause, without the praise, without the constant need for recognition. The world thrives on chaos, on noise, on the constant chase for approval. It feeds on drama because it's the only way the weak know how to feel powerful. But you, my friends, you've transcended all of that. You've recognized that you don't need to fight for attention because the only thing that matters is your own inner strength, your own belief in yourself, your own ability to continue moving forward, regardless of what the world throws at you. When they try to engage you in their games, when they throw their words of judgment and criticism at you, they are looking for a response. They are looking for any sign that they've managed to rattle you, to make you feel threatened, to make you feel small. But when you don't respond, when you remain calm and collected, they don't know how to react. Their weapons fall flat, and they are left with nothing but their own insecurity. That's when the true fear sets in. They see that they can't manipulate you, can't break you, can't bring you down to their level. And that's when they start to realize that all their efforts are futile. They can't control you. They can't make you feel inferior. And that is terrifying for them. You see, most people are trapped in a cycle of seeking validation. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. They want to be noticed. And when they don't get that, when they don't get the attention or respect they believe they deserve, they lash out. They create drama. They gossip. They complain. They criticize. They tear others down in an attempt to elevate themselves. But you've broken free from that cycle. You've learned that the only validation that matters is the validation you give yourself. You've learned that your worth is not tied to what others think of you, not to their opinions or their judgments. It comes from your ability to stand tall in the face of adversity, to remain unshaken by the noise and chaos around you. And that's what makes you different. That's what makes you dangerous to them. They try to bring you down because they think it will make them feel better about themselves. They think that if they can make you react, if they can get you to engage, they'll somehow regain a sense of control over their own lives. But the truth is, they don't have control. They've never had control. They've always been slaves to their own emotions, their own need for approval, their own inability to face the truth about themselves. And when you don't respond, when you don't give them what they're looking for, you expose their weakness. You show them that they are the ones who are powerless. You reveal that they are trapped in a cycle of emotional dependency, a cycle that you've already broken free from. You've mastered the art of detachment. You understand that engaging in their drama only drags you down, only wastes your energy and time on things that don't serve you. You've learned that the more you rise above it, the more you focus on your own path, the more you take back your power. They want to bring you into their chaos, but you know that the only way to win is to not play the game at all. You don't need their approval. You don't need their acceptance. You don't need them to understand you. All you need is to stay true to yourself, to your values, to your mission. And when you do that, when you stay focused on your own journey, you become an unstoppable force. This is what they can't stand. They can't stand the fact that you don't need them. They can't stand that they can't control you. They can't stand that you are the master of your own destiny. When you don't respond to their attacks, when you don't engage in their games, you force them to look in the mirror and confront the emptiness within themselves. They start to see their own weaknesses, their own insecurities, and that is what truly frightens them. Because they know deep down that they could never have what you have: peace, self-respect, emotional strength. They know that they are still slaves to their emotions, to their need for validation, to their desperation for attention. And the fact that you don't need any of that, that you are free from the need to be seen, to be heard, to be validated, that is what terrifies them the most. People who thrive on drama are weak. They are weak because they let their emotions dictate their behavior. They let their need for external validation control their every move. They live in a constant state of anxiety, constantly seeking approval, constantly needing to feel important. But you, my friends, you are strong. You are strong because you don't need any of that. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need anyone's approval to know that you are worthy. You don't need to engage in their petty arguments to feel good about yourself. Your strength comes from within. Your power lies in your ability to remain calm, composed, and focused on what truly matters. And that, my friends, is why they fear you. They fear you because you are a reflection of everything they will never be. You are the embodiment of self-control, self-respect, and emotional intelligence. You are the person they wish they could be, but they can't, because they are still trapped in the need for approval, the need for recognition, the need for validation. And when they see you remain unaffected by their attempts to provoke you, they are forced to confront their own inadequacy. They are forced to see that they can't control you, that they can't manipulate you, and that is what breaks them. They will continue to try to draw you into their drama. They will continue to throw insults, criticism, and negativity your way. But you must remain steadfast. You must remain silent, because every time you refuse to engage, every time you rise above their nonsense, you weaken their position. You show them that they have no power over you. You show them that their drama, their noise, their chaos mean nothing to you. And in doing so, you make them realize just how small and powerless they truly are. You become a mirror to their weakness, and that is a reflection they cannot bear to see. You are a force of nature. You are a person who has learned to control their emotions, to master their thoughts, to rise above the noise and chaos that plagues so many others. And that, my friends, is why they fear you. They fear your strength. They fear your peace. They fear your ability to remain untouched by their drama. Because when you stop responding, when you stop engaging, when you stop allowing them to manipulate you, you take back your power. You take back control over your own life, your own destiny, and you show them that they have no hold over you. So, let them continue to throw their tantrums. Let them continue to create chaos and drama. You know better. You know that the greatest way to handle their drama is by not responding at all. You know that the more you remain silent, the more they expose their weakness. You know that by not playing their game, you are the one who wins. And that is why they fear you. Because they know, deep down, that they will never be able to break you. You are untouchable, unshakable, and free from the chains that bind them. And that is a power that no one, no matter how hard they try, can ever take away from you. In the end, my friends, the true power lies in your ability to remain silent, to stay detached from the chaos others create. They fear you because they can't control you, and they know that your strength comes from within. By not responding to their drama, you take back your power, maintain your peace, and rise above their insecurity. You have learned that your worth is not dependent on their approval or attention, and that is what makes you truly unstoppable. So keep walking your path, unshaken and unfazed, because your silence is your greatest weapon.